Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be reviewing Big City Greens Season 1 Episode 5 Story Number 1, Story A, Grandma's License. Yep, Grandma's License. And I just wanted to tell you guys that I'm going to be doing Big City Greens, all week, from today, Tuesday to Friday. And since there's 2 stories per episode, I'll be getting episode 5 and 6 done. Yep. So and we got clip this time. Hooray! Yep. Which is really good. We don't get to this part until later in the episode, but yeah, we're gonna get there. So I believe the episode started with Bill working in the yard, and Crick and Tilly are going to him, going to ask him, "Hey, Dad, can you drive us to get some ice cream?" And he's like, "Oh, I'd love to, but I'm working, and I'm working on the garden, and I can't right now. Can you guys wait?" Like, no, we can't wait. So we'll ask Grandma. We'll ask Grandma to drive us. And Bill's like, "Oh, no, don't do that. I don't, she hasn't drove in a long time, and she's kind of sensitive about it." So, and Grandma, obviously being who she is, like, "No, I'll drive you. I got my classic car in the garage." So because the kids that Crick and Tilly, the kids, are like, "Let's take Dad's truck. It's over here." "Oh, we're not gonna take that. We're gonna take my car." And it's like a very classic car. Kind of would look like a Mustang or something. But anyway, it's old and dirty, but it's a classic. And we're getting that, like hush, get in. And the Crick and Tilly go in the car, and Grandma goes in the driver's seat, and she puts the car in drive. She puts her foot on the gas pedal. She drove really fast because her house is like, she barely has like a driveway, and there's the street, and she drove really fast and then crashed into like a police car that was parked there. And I think the police officer was in the car. So and Greg was like, "Whoa, like what happened?" It was like really fast, and no one was hurt. Like thank goodness. He or maybe he wasn't in the car. He went by her window. Yeah. Was he like roller skating? No, that's a different episode. Sorry, but anyway, he's going to next to the car, oh, you drove into my car. Like, gonna steal lessons. And it's like, and I found this kind of funny because she's very old school, where she's like, she handed him her license, and she was doing that thing that some girls do. It's like, "Oh, officer, like, can you let a pretty girl like me off for the warning?" And they give like a little kissy, and like, trying to act like pretty, but she's like an old lady. And I guess Officer Keys is like not like used to that, or I guess, yeah. And he said like, it's like, "Oh, I guess you can't really drive." And like, "Well, what do you mean?" "Well, one, you crashed my car. You drove into my car, my police car, and this driver's license is so old, like, and it's a very old photo of her from the past, and it's so old, it's like chipping away, like it's turning into dust, and oh, it's gone. It's like out of his hand now, like, in the air. And and he kind of says like, "Oh, this like driver's license is worthless. It's basically a dinosaur. It's not worth anything." And it's not so not worth anything. It's basically dusting away in my hand. And Grandma like looks kind of sad because she kind of feels bad about it. And is it, "Well, get out of your car. Like, you're not allowed to drive, and you've won another one. You're gonna have to go to the DMV, pass your driver's test." and just get a new one. All right, have a nice day. And he just left. And then the next one is because Bill's still working on the garden, and he's like can't take him the ice cream, but this isn't about ice cream anymore. This is basically the name of the episode, Grandma's License. So she goes to the house, looking very pathetic and stuff, and she's all like, and she kind of feels bad about this, that you're not having a license anymore, basically being called pathetic without actually being called it. And I think she goes in her room or something, and it's like, oh, we gotta fix this because Grandma looks very upset, and we're gonna teach her how to drive again, so she can pass the driver's test. Because we're gonna do it because she's a grandma, we love her, and we're gonna help her out. So, and as we see in this clip, where I don't know how Tilly got Grandma to go outside, because I'm trying to spitball from my memory from a million years ago, and oh, Grandma, come outside. Oh, okay, so I kind of shortened it, sorry, but so as you see, part of Tilly's hair right there, just by the doorknob, opening the door, Grandma goes outside, and then we get to see Cricket's crash course, and I'll play the clip right here.
Hello, Grandma, and welcome to Cricket's crash course for learning how to not crash cars.
He's like, oh, Grandma's like, what the heck is going on? And he's like, Grandma, welcome to Cricket's crash course. So what was it? Sorry. Welcome to Cricket's crash course, so you learn not to crash into cars. It's a crash course to learn not to crash, which is good. And Cricket's very excited. Tilly's very excited, and it's you're gonna pass the driver's test, and you're gonna learn on Dad's tractor. And Grandma's all like, I'm not getting on that thing. I don't need to prove I know how to drive. And and Cricket's like, wait, no. First thing she says, where did you get those traffic cones? And he's like, oh, around. And you kind of hear some of the crash noises. And and Grandma's like, put that back, because I don't need to prove anything, especially to a couple of imps that don't even know how to drive. Kind of being like a mean old grandma that she is. And Cricket's like, well, okay, Grandma, you leave me no choice. Tell Tilly, do the thing.
Oh man, just look at this, Grandma. You're tearing your granddaughter apart.
All right, fine. I'll do the dang course. Just knock it off, Tilly. Okay.
So Tilly's like a pretty good actress, where she's like, oh, Grandma, please, face, and oh, Grandma, Cricket's like, Grandma, you're tearing your granddaughter's heart apart. And Grandma, being she loves her grandchildren, mostly her her granddaughter in this moment, is like, okay, fine, I'll do super crash course. Just Tilly, stop it. She's like, okay. And Cricket puts that kind of, I'm not sure if it's Bill's hat or maybe he has multiple hats or something. It put the duct tape, teach. He's the teach, and and he has the clipboard is a driving test, and it says Alice Green, and it says obstacle course with reflex section. I'm gonna play the clip so I can see the whole thing. Oh, I guess that was everything. Sorry, I thought it was more. But anyway, so he's like, oh, okay, Grandma, you're gonna take it nice and slow, and you're gonna start at turtle, put it into turtle, put it into drive. And he's like, all right, come on, like Alice, like get a grip on yourself, like you can do this, come on. And and you put in the turtle, rabbit and turtle. So you should put in the turtle, and like kind of like ease into the driving. And I'm gonna play a little bit of clip of the driving part because it's pretty because Grandma's pretty good.
Easy, easy. We're turning, still turning, and boom, there we go.
All right.
So like she's getting like the pretty good hang of it. Like, you're turning, you're still turning, and Cricket's like doing all the teaching thing, and then he's like, oh, like Tilly now because like streets have obstacle courses technically, and then Tilly's like, oh no, a baby, and so like wah wah, and Grandma like goes like to avoid it, and she does, she like turns, and then Tilly's like, oh no, my baby turned into a teen. He's going through a rebellious phase. And then Grandma like obviously like dodges it also. And he's like, Grandma, you're doing so well. Now it's just slowly to the finish. And this is where Grandma's very overzealous. She thinks she can do everything on her own, and she doesn't like know like when to stop. And like it's a character flaw, but that it makes a good character, like not perfect at everything. And he's like, oh, I can do better than just go slow to the finish. And I'm gonna play the clip.
A race to the finish. Oh, tuck and roll, Fernando!
She's like, I'm gonna race to the finish. And as you saw, that Halloween decoration, kind of like the Grim Reaper or something. Happy Halloween! Just popped out of nowhere, and Grandma like lost control of the tractor. It's like, and as a good grandma, protecting her grandson's like, tuck and roll, Cricket. And then you saw the tractor went through like a couple of trees and like Bill's like house, her house actually. Like it went through a house, or was it a shed? Probably was a house. And a tire flew by, and it's like Cricket's like, what the heck, Tilly? That wasn't part of the plan. And Tilly makes a good point. You never know what's gonna happen in the street. Anything that can happen. And then Tilly is like kind of goes a little dark, and it says like, some things are meant to be run over. So I guess she hates this thing. And this Grim Reaper guy is like, happy Halloween, hee 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 hee. And like and it's like, I like it. All right, I like your enthusiasm, Tilly. And he's like, okay, Grandma, like time to try again. Get back on the horse. And it's like, oh, Grandma, where you go? We're not finished. And Grandma's like, yes, we are finished. I'm finished. And like she goes in, and Tilly's like, oh, poor Grandma. And Cricket's like, I never seen him give up on this. I never seen him give up on anything. And it's time we took our teaching up a notch. And she's I'm trying to get the whole. Okay, there we go. I was trying to get it. She's like, she's a good knitter, as we saw like in the what was it called? It was episode 2, I believe, Cricket Versus, where she was knitting on the tapestry. So we know that like I'm glad this was continuity, that she could still do this. And it says whatever with a broken heart, a couple like stitches and flowers and stuff, and like a nice like border around. So I think those are pretty good. Like and she's heartbroken and aw, and and Cricket's like, oh grandma, you gotta come outside. And he's like, no, Cricket, I'm done. No more schemes. Like, not gonna do this. And and Cricket's like, oh grandma, that's how you feel. Yoink. I didn't like this. Like, this is like only this is like the only aspect of this episode where I didn't like, where Cricket kind of blind his grandma, but she's like, I can't see. She could have easily gotten hurt. And Cricket, I know Cricket's trying to do the right thing, but that's a little character flaw of his. We've seen Cricket where he kind of acts instead of think. He thinks a little bit. If I get grandma to follow me, like hear my voice, I can get her into the car, and like I'll put her glasses back on, and everything will be fine. But along the way, but, like he's kind of like rambunctious and rebellious, and like kind of rebel rouser. Like he kind of doesn't really think things all the way through. So thought this was a good idea. I'm gonna dock this. The whole traffic cone situation like went kind of made it to like a 95% at 100. This made it to like a 90. So like yeah, so far an A, like but the Cricket grabbed Grandma's glasses and like, dang it boy, oh no, well, where are you, you little gremlin? And like like she like goes outside the house, like not seeing anything really dangerous. You kind of see a weird cartoony version of Cricket, and I'm glad they showed this where they took the time to show that Grandma can't see, like in this very blurry vision, and it's like, oh Grandma, come on, follow me. And as I said like before, Cricket thinks sometimes where if I can get Grandma into the truck, it was not a car, it's a truck, Bill's truck, like his dad's truck, like, and he put like a ramp and like a cement block and like a can, and Grandma's like gonna follow him, and it's a kludge. And and he's like he put the car in drive, put Grandma in the seat, and they put the glasses in. The class is in session, and like oh, like you tricked me. And Cricket's like, all right, I guess it's time for you to drive. And Grandma's like, no. And I am not gonna I don't like it that you guys tricked me. And like do you think I'm gonna do what you say? Like no. Ugh, another character flaw in Alice is that she kind of cares about herself kind of more than her family. She does care about her family, but her grandchildren are here. It's not just your life, but your grandchildren's lives. And you kind of know how to drive, and you're not going to drive, and it can get all you three of you killed. That bumped it down to like 85%. Ugh. Grandma, why'd you do that, Alice? Why? And like she put her seatbelt on and like short the ride, and like and Cricket is like screaming till he's like wee, and like oh Grandma, you have to grab the wheel. And she's like no, and a couple of cars crashing. Like I forgot the conversation. Like oh, is it you? Like hey Phyllis, like it's like, kind of like almost crashed into each other. It's a coincidence. It's like, oh, Grandma, I'm sorry you tricked you, but come on, you got to grab the wheel. And I like this scene with like Tilly here.
Poor hot dog
I didn't get the whole the song, but it was tiny. It's like, oh, I love selling hot dogs, and then the truck hit the hot dog car. Like, oh no, he's passionate about his job, and Tilly's like, oh, poor hot dog man. And he ate the hot dog. I'm just assuming she rolled down the glass, and like because the cart got like smashed, she got the hot dog. Here's the thing. She didn't pay for it, but yet again, the truck is moving really fast, so I'm assuming that later in the day, she would just pay him. I wouldn't call Tilly a thief, and I just wouldn't like say she's stealing that hot dog. So I'm not docking any points for that. The truck's moving really fast, the car's destroyed, and like she doesn't know when she doesn't know when she's gonna see this guy again, so and she apparently just got the hot dog and she's hungry. And here we got like this like little like kind of speech from Cricket, and we got like the real reason why Grandma like doesn't want to drive, like why she's acting the way she is.
I'm with you. You're hot rod Alice, for goodness sake. Why won't you drive?
'Cause I'm scared, Cricket, okay? I'm scared.
What? You're scared?
I'm scared of getting old. I'm scared of becoming useless.
you know, as much as good comedy as it is, what makes this show special, at least to me, is the heart and the somber moments. And when you see the humility in the character, and Cricket's like, "What's wrong with you, Grandma? Like, you're Hot Rod Alice." That's what what was her cool name. Like, why won't you drive? And he's like, "I'm scared, Cricket." Like, okay, I'm scared. And Cricket's like, "What do you mean you're scared?" And he's like, I'm scared of becoming old. I'm scared of becoming useless. And I failed that driver's test. It will just prove just that." And you just hear that, um, you just hear that music in the background. It matches perfectly with that situation. I'm just, oh, you feel so bad for her. And Cricket's like, oh, I didn't know you felt that way. And until it's like, don't worry, Grandma. Like, a lot of us get scared sometimes. Even right now, when we're about to crash into that gate, and but the crash into the gate, so the truck goes into this like little arena thing, and you get this final moment with Alice, Tilly, and Cricket like all screaming and stuff, and that's it for the clips. But it goes into like this arena, and it's like a I'm gonna go with the quick because it's not my favorite part of the episode because I'm just not a monster truck like fan. But if you are, you'll like it. But short version is they go into the arena and they and this announcer like, "Oh, the old red," they call it like "old red Cludge enter the arena and we're gonna allow because that's how we roll here." And being a big old announcer guy, and and they're dodging all these good like cars and stuff. Like, this is like derby, but we're gonna send like the Tyrannosaurus like truck or something. And it was like screaming, "Yeah, Tyrannosaurus truck," I think it was called. And it comes and oh my god, it's like a huge thing, and they breathe fire and stuff, and like whoo, and and Cricket. Oh, there was another speech from Cricket. I wish I can play, but it's not in this clip. I'm sorry, but I got the good one from Alice right here that she said she was scared, so at least I got that. But he's like, he's like, I know you feel scared and useless, but he hands her her gloves, and it's like, you may not be Hot Rod Alice anymore, but you're a Hot Rod Grandma. So you show them what Hot Rod Grandma can do. And she's like, "You know what, you're right, I'm gonna get us out of here." And then she kind of like somehow like kind of defeats the truck, and I was like, "Oh no, that's our favorite part." And everyone's like sad, like, "Okay, come on, let's get Bill's truck home." And then they drive home, and Bill still working on that garden. That's not really a B plot because he only make mentions of like once or twice, and not too much invested in it. So if you want to call it B plot, okay, but like in this episode I didn't talk about it that much. But Cricket and Tilly are worried that, oh, I hope Grandma passed, because after that day she went to go get a driver's test. She kicks on the door and like, I did it, I got my driver's test. And she said, like, I can't drive from this like time range, and I can't drive it after dark because she's still an old lady, but I did it. And they say, "Yay, Grandma, we're so proud of you." And and say, "Oh, thanks." And it's like, oh, like, and like, "Oh, Daddy, want to get some ice cream with us? Grandma's gonna take us for ice cream." It's like, "No, I still gotta fix the house that Grandma broke, or the shed that Grandma broke." But I could really use the help, but he asked for help, but like he wasn't like demanding it. Like he said, "You have to do this before you go," and he said, like, "No, we're gonna go." And you seem like you have handled, so I answer, and it's okay. And so and they're gonna go get some ice cream, and then Bill is like, "Oh, well, more work for me, and just you and me, right, guy?" That Halloween decoration is so alive. It's a Happy Halloween, and Bill's like, sure, Happy Halloween. And the episode, of your story A of that episode. Really good episode, in my opinion. What was the score that I gave it? Let's see, traffic cones, so give it 9.5. The Gramma's glasses, 9, 8.5. Grandma's driving. 8.5 out of 10. This whole Cricket getting those traffic cones and the cars crashing in the background. Cricket grabbing Grandma's glasses and Grandma not driving when she was in the car and when it like caused like damage and stuff. 8.5 out of 10. It didn't fail. Really great episode. Great speech from Alice and Cricket. You know, we kind of got some like little moments from Tilly being who she is, and I'm really impressed. Like, that speech from Alice saying that she's useless and she doesn't know she's gonna do well. And you hear the beautiful music in the background. Oh, I just love that. It's called score. Like, that score was like so beautiful. But again, when Big City Greens put their heart out there and like does like a great job, I see it. And this episode was really great. While episode 3, like both like scores turned out to be a solid 70. Like, it was this average where, like, you know, Cricket Sitter kind of failed for me, and what was it called? Backflip Bill was way much better. What was like a 9.5 out of 10? Like, that did so well. So this is like 8.5 out of 10. Did not fail. Wasn't perfect, but what episode is? But yeah, really impressed. Can't wait for what was it called? Episode 5, you know, the second story is called Bear Trapped? Probably. I'm not like officially calling it that, but this most likely was called. But tomorrow I'll tell you I'll tell you what it's called tomorrow. But everyone, yeah, subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit the notification bell. Give me a big thumbs up. Leave a comment down below. And I'll see you guys tomorrow with, I think it's called Bear Trapped. Probably. Alright. Bye.